Hey sissies, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a really fun and exciting video, at least for me, just because I've been wanting these so badly. We've all been wanting these so badly, let's be real. So everybody's been trying to get their claws on these products, but I'm doing a video on the Milani limited edition, get like celeb, the Milani limited edition Amore matte lip creams. I feel like it's pronounced creme just because it has like a accent on the E, lip cremes, but that doesn't sound so, you know, nice for a lip product. So cream, we're gonna go with lip creams. And I was actually able to find all of the colors that I wanted, so I'm super lucky. That was all pure chance luck. These are so popular, so raved. Everybody's in love with these. Everybody's rushing to get them. And these are limited edition, so there's not a lot available. There's literally only 2 colors each. The display only holds 2 rows, and that's 2 colors each. That's nothing. That's if you blink, you missed it. The whole collection is gone. So I mean, the fact that I even found them was by chance. And when I tell you pure miracle, because I actually found them just a few days ago, and I found the whole collection. I'm talking about the whole display. Both rows were full. Like, what? I was so shocked. I was literally just standing there looking at the display. I was just like, okay, I need to compose myself. Because I couldn't believe I found it. It was just a few days ago, like I said. So not only did I want to upload lip swatches and arm swatches for you guys, because there's not a lot of people out on YouTube that has like my skin tone. There's a lot of fair skin, that's obvious. There's fair skin and there's dark skin, so there's nothing really in between. And then there's like the olive skin, the Latino skin, but there's nothing like that brown skin girl. There's not too many of those out there. So, and I even get comments of people saying thank you so much because, you know, we have the same skin tone. And I'm like, girl, I know I know the struggle. But anyways, my go-to is Total Makeup Junkie 101 Ishani. So when I saw when I see her lip swatches, I kind of know which ones are gonna look or complement my skin tone. But anyways, so yeah, let's just jump right in. So this is gonna be a girl talk. We're gonna talk about lip products, total girl time right now. We're gonna talk about the pretty colors and things like that. Not so much a review. It is technically a review, but not so much just because we already know, you know, what is the word for it? The verdict. We already know the verdict on these lip products. I'm sorry, when I'm on camera sometimes like I forget words and things. We already know that they're awesome. We've all seen a million reviews on these lip products, so we already know that they're bomb, that they're awesome. So not so much a review because we already know that, but more so of arm swatches, lip swatches. I also have some comparisons to other liquid lipstick that I have, and so I'm gonna do some close-ups of that and just talk about the colors and how, like, which ones are my favorite and how it looks like against my skin. Anyway, so let's just jump right in. So I got 6 colors total, technically 5. I got 5 colors and I got 1 backup of that color. So can you guys guess which color? First, let me tell you guys what colors I got. I got Romance. So this is Romance. Why am I even looking at the label? We all know the names of these already. Like, that's how obsessed we are. We know we watch like a gazillion videos on these. So I got Desire, Romance, Embrace, Beloved, still looking at the label like I don't know the name, and Crush. So can you guys guess which backup I got of wrong? I got Beloved. So I got a backup of that. I wanted to get 2 backups of this at least. I'm just kidding. That's how much I love this color. As far as application goes, you want to go try to make long lines and not take little sections like I did. Huge mistake. Also, if you want to go ahead and just use a lip liner, that would probably save you a lot of time and probably be a lot easier if you use a lip liner. And then the last thing, which I forgot to mention as I was doing the swatches, is something that I used to kind of clean up was the concealer, but specifically the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This thing is amazing. It has that brush and it just cleans it up perfectly, and it just looks very clean, as if I never even made a mistake. So This color, like I said, is my absolute favorite color. It's the perfect, I mean perfect in all caps, the perfect nude color for brown skin. It's beautiful. Of course, it looks different on different skin tones. The lighter you are, the darker it is. And it's, at first when I was looking at the arm swatches, especially on Instagram and Pinterest, I really liked the way it looked on light skin. I'm like, oh, I know it's not gonna look like that on dark skin. On brown skin, from the swatches that I saw on Total Makeup Junkie 101, her lip swatches, it showed up more of like a caramel beige, like a light caramel color on her. She's my go-to, like I said, for reference and as far as how lip colors are gonna look on me. It looked good on her, but I didn't like that color. I didn't think it would look good on me. I mean, I wanted to get it, but I was very doubtful about how it was gonna look on me. I was pretty sure I wasn't gonna like it. I did want to get it anyways just to test it out because it is a really pretty color, and boy did that like churn around. As soon as I started to swatch, I just swatched like a little bit just to start off. I had to stop, and I just couldn't believe like the color was completely different from what I thought it was gonna be. And when I finished applying it all over my lips, I was just so freaking happy. I was over the moon. It's such a beautiful nude color. Again, it's like a rosy brown color. A lot of people are saying that it's comparable to Lolita by Kat Von D, but yeah, it does look like a possible dupe. So this color is Embrace, and this is the one I would say is one of the most popular colors, one of the ones that people were drawn to the most, that purple, that berry color. But it seemed to disappoint a lot of people. A lot of people say that it's a little patchy and stuff. I don't really mind it, but if you struggle with applying the outline, especially of your lips, you might definitely want to need a lip liner with all of these, especially if you have problems with applying lipstick and outlining your lips, especially with this one, because if you don't do all of that line around your lips, it will look patchy. If you guys can see from the close-up, it does look patchy, but that's all me. I can't really blame the liquid lipstick because I was kind of just going in little sections and I forgot to go over entirely after I finished. But I picked up on that on the next color, so it's just something that you live and learn with makeup. But anyways, it's a beautiful color. I feel like it's very deceiving. It's like you can't see the true color on camera. It's a very, I would say it's more of like a bright plum color. It's actually a beautiful color. I would say it's pretty unique. I feel like it's showing up on camera more of like a muted, like a more darker purple color, whereas it's a more brighter, not like neon, not like a candy yum yum purple in your face, not like neon. It's definitely more wearable, but still has like a pop to it. Like it's still bright. Doing the lip swatches, I only have a picture of Embrace of all of the colors that I have. I think it's a beautiful color, especially against olive medium to dark skin. Beautiful. On lighter skin, it's going to show up more darker, more vampy, but it's more brighter and just more like that rich plum color on olive, especially olive, like a Hispanic Mexican skin tone, darker to brown skin and darker. Beautiful. It really adds light to your face and it complements the browner yellow undertone skin tone so beautifully. So if you have olive skin and darker, definitely if you could find this one, it's definitely a must-have. Really pretty color. The next color that I want to talk about is Desire, and this one is one of the colors that I didn't really care for. The ones that I for sure didn't want was Adore, Lust, and Flirt, like I said. But Desire, it was when I first saw it, because like I said, I first saw the swatches on Total Makeup Junkie 101, and it showed up more orange on her lips. But then when I started seeing other people's lip swatches, it didn't have that orangey undertone to it that I'm not a fan of. It's just a lot more beautiful than I thought it was. It's more of like a bright red, but especially on light skin, it's like a really bright red color. So definitely if you have light skin, you definitely want to pick this up. Really beautiful red color. But I feel like this color is universal. It looks beautiful on all, I would say it would look good on all skin tone, because it would look really good on light skin, but it looks so beautiful on my brown skin. I was so surprised when I did the lip swatch how beautiful this color is. This is actually my second favorite color, and now I totally just desire desire. Okay, I'm sorry. It really brings out my skin. It complements my skin so beautifully, way better than Romance does, which was a really big surprise. This red color just screams summer red to me. It just comes to mind. It's like a summer days type of red to wear outdoors at like parties, maybe like a festival. It's something you want to wear when you're out in the sun because it just looks so beautiful and it adds that like glow to your skin. You want like the sun hitting you in the face and stuff. This is that red color. Beautiful. The next color is Romance, and this one is one of the most popular colors from the collection. This is the one that everybody wanted to get. I was one of those people. I really wanted this color. Romance and Beloved were the two ones that I wanted to get the most, even though, like I said, I was doubtful of Beloved. It was still those two that I mostly wanted to get. And Romance also, it's such a beautiful, like dark, but not like vamp red. It's just like a dark blood red color. It's beautiful. Again, it's what I'm wearing right now. I don't even know if I have like smudged around my mouth. I've just been talking so much. I'm like, I forgot I was wearing it, and I don't even feel like I'm wearing a liquid lipstick, which is supposedly supposed to be like a drying lipstick, but I totally forgot that I was wearing this because it's not drying at all. It's definitely a more glamorous red. It's more of a date night red, to go out with your girls, to go out with your boyfriend, your husband, whatever. Crush is the last color that I have, and this one is the one that I wasn't the most excited for. It's one of the colors that I wanted, that I wasn't so excited for. I just wanted it. It's in between a nude and a vampy color. So I would say this is more of like a nude for brown skin, a darker nude of course, but with some glam, some flirtiness to it because of that red. It's not a noticeable red. It's very subtle for fair skin and even olive skin. It'll be a lot darker. You might be thinking that's not a nude color, that's like a dark vampy color, but on brown skin and darker, because it has brown to it, it makes it more of like a wearable nude. So now let's compare some of the colors to other liquid lipsticks that I have. So I have Salem and Wicked, and I feel like two of the colors from the Milani collection are very comparable to, or not maybe dupes, but comparable or close enough to these two colors, and that would be Romance and Crush. Especially Crush. Crush is definitely like a mixture of both of these two. Crush is a brown red color, and I thought that Crush would be a dupe. Crush is a brown red color, and I thought that Crush would be a dupe or more comparable to Salem, but it's actually more comparable to Wicked than it is to Salem. So I am going to do some arm swatches over here, and I'm just going to like talk about it, and you guys are going to be able to see it up close from the swatches that I filmed. So Salem is actually more of a chocolate color. It's just like a straight up chocolate color. For some reason I thought it was a chocolate brown, but that's how much I don't wear this, because these are drying for sure. That's one thing. That's why I never wear them. Not only are they drying, but of course since they're drying, they feel and they look really drying. What I love about these Milani liquid lipsticks is that they're not, of course they're not drying, that's obvious because everybody loves them and raves about the comfortability. So they're not drying, and this, at the same time, they don't thin out your lips. Like when I wear the Lime Crime liquid lipsticks, it's like my lips look super like it sucks out all of the hydration, all of the life out of your lips, and you're just like left with like no lips, like for real. Okay, so this one is Crush on top of it. They do look pretty similar, but you can see like a bit of redness to it, so it has like more color to it, whereas Salem is just brown, like just straight up chocolate, which is not bad. It's a really nice, like, you know, nude color for us brown skin and darker skin. We want to be a little extra and add a little bit more, like, you know, pizzazz, some sass to it. That's what Crush does. Wicked is it more similar to Crush? See, I want to say yes, but it's definitely a mixture of both the colors. Like if you, for example, one of you guys mix Salem and Wicked, that's Crush. Like if you're like, I don't like this just chocolate color, but I don't want just red. I don't want just like a dark burgundy red either. I kind of want like a brown red color. And maybe if there's anybody out there that mixes Salem and Wicked, that's definitely Crush. This is literally the baby of both. Okay, and then Romance is actually, I initially thought that Romance was gonna be more comparable to Wicked than Crush, but no, Crush is definitely like Wicked. Romance, I'm just mixing everything like these are my children. Samuel, John, I'm just like calling everybody, you know, like, okay. I don't even know why I said those two names. Okay, especially Samuel, like I don't even know any Samuels. Okay, so Romance is definitely nothing like Wicked. So yeah, Wicked is more like Crush than Romance is. So that's just something that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, this is gonna be a long video, but who cares? I mean, we already know the verdict, like I said, on these, and we already know that they're awesome, so why not talk about them a little bit, you know, in depth, where it's not like you gotta hurry up and get them. Well, yeah, it actually is, because there's only a few left at this point. Never mind, but still want to talk about it and just, you know, give you guys some comparisons and make it a little more in depth, so it's more like fun in a way. It's more like girl talk. The other comparable color that I have is Embrace, and this is also the other comparable colors, also by Milani, and it's these. Do you guys remember these? These are the Lip Intense liquid colors. So they're not liquid, well, they're liquid lipsticks, but they're called liquid colors. And this one is in 04 Violet Addict. So this one was the most popular one in the line. I'm not sure if these are permanent, if they're still out there. I haven't seen them. I went by Milani lots of times and I never saw these again. So I'm not sure if they were limited edition or they discontinued. Most likely they probably discontinued. Like I said, I never saw these again after they came out. So anyways, a lot of this happening, but who cares? Anyway, so I thought that we could test it out and see how comparable it is to Embrace, just to see and compare it. Oh yeah, this is nowhere near Embrace, but wow, that is such a pretty color. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is really pretty. If they discontinue these, that's a real shame. And then Embrace right here, we can go ahead and compare it to it, but yeah, it's nowhere near it. But I just thought for fun, we can go ahead and just, I could add that to the video. But as you can see, Embrace and Violet Addict, nowhere near. That's the only thing. The Milani liquid lipsticks take a little longer to dry, but they definitely last longer. They last way longer than the Lime Crime Velvetines, and I believe they're also transfer resistant, whereas the Lime Crime Velvetines, I don't think that they are. Let me try it right now. These definitely don't transfer. I've worn Beloved for like 2 or 3 hours with eating. I was eating and drinking. I had some fries and it still was like nothing, not even in the center of my lips, nothing was gone. It was like I had just applied, like when I first left the house. So these definitely last a lot longer. Again, when I was trying to when I was removing them with eye makeup remover, the Milani ones took more like rubbing, whereas the Lime Crime, it just came right off. So that's just something else to note. Okay, so these are the colors that I got. I found 5 of them at CVS. So these are the 5 colors. I found Crush, Beloved, Romance, and Embrace at CVS. That's the one where I found the whole display. And I found Desire at Walgreens. Like I said, I didn't think that I would be able to find any, but I went to my Walgreens once I got like paid and I got some extra money. I went to Walgreens. Of course, once I have the money, there's like none left at that time. But I went to my Walgreens, the one that always has like all the new stuff, and they did have the display, but there was only 3 left, 2 of Desire and 1 of Adore. Again, the colors that nobody really wanted. And I didn't want Desire. I knew I didn't want Adore. It's not one of the colors that I initially wanted. It was, you know, at the time I didn't think I would find any left, that I was lucky to even find one. I just went ahead and I got, just to have, because, you know, just to have at least one color, just to see all the hype. But yeah, so this was the first one, and then I was able to get the other ones. One of the main reasons why I wanted to hurry up and upload this video, or still upload this video even though it's kind of late. You might think, oh, why is she uploading this video? You know, these are limited edition, there's probably none left out there. But I wanted to film this video and get it up as soon as possible, just because I just recently found these, and like I said, I found the whole collection at CVS just a few days ago, and I was like, I have to let people know. And that's all thanks to, I wanted to make sure I didn't forget to mention, that's all thanks to this comment that I read on Tati's channel, Glam Life Guru's channel. It's the video, what is it called, what's new at the drugstore, what's hot at the drugstore, where she was with James. It's her most recent one, in which she picked up like 2 colors of the Milani liquid lipsticks, and somebody left a comment. She found the Milani liquid lipsticks at CVS, and she said that she found the whole collection. And after I read that, I looked up on top of the comment to see like how far along it was since she left that, since she posted that comment, and it was just 3 hours ago. So it was that same day, and that was just a few days ago. And that's when I thought that you know, I wasn't even trying, I didn't even want to go out and see, because it was so far along since these been out, for them being so popular and limited edition, that I was like, there's no way that there's any left. And there's probably like 1 or 2 left, but I'm pretty sure there's none left. So I had like no hopes whatsoever. But when I read that, I was like, I can't believe that she said that. And that's the first time where I was like, where I was informed that they're also at CVS, because everyone is thinking that they're only a Walgreens exclusive. So that's why nobody's really finding them, or having a hard time finding them. So when I went to CVS that next day, I think it was the same day, like later at night, my CVS is 24 hours, so I went later at night, I found the whole collection. I couldn't believe it. And I was only able to pick up 3 at the time, just because they are a little pricey. They're $6.99, at least for my budget right now. Plus I was with my boyfriend, so you know, it was like already $20 for 3, and he was already like, oh my god, you spent $20 on lippies. And I'm like, if you only knew, that's nothing. But anyways, as far as pricing goes, you would think that they'd be cheaper at Walgreens than CVS, because I believe CVS is more expensive than Walgreens. These are actually cheaper at CVS. They're $5.79 at CVS plus tax. It came up to $6.14. So super accurate. And at Walgreens, they're $6.99. So that's almost $2 plus probably shipping, plus probably tax. So yeah, and apparently they also sell them on Milani's website, but they're all sold out right now, because I did check. Somebody mentioned in a video that I saw that they're available on the website, and I was like, oh yeah, I never thought to go on the website. But just because I don't think nobody wants to deal with shipping, so nobody really like checks for the website unless it's like a really last resort. And they're actually really expensive on the website. I believe they're $8.99, so that's a huge jump. But yeah, $5.79 at CVS, I was not expecting that at all. It wasn't until I walked out the store and I looked at the receipt like, what, $5.79? That's way cheaper, especially compared to high-end like the Kat Von D and the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Also, if you guys can't find the display, if you guys can't find these liquid lipsticks, check out the other displays for the other new collections, because this is twice where I found the last remaining of the Milani liquid lipsticks in the back of another brand's limited edition or collection display. So where they have all of the new collections out, the new displays, check out, go around and look at the other brands like Wet n Wilds or other ones, because I found like 3 of the liquid lipsticks in the back of the display, like not in the back of the display, but in the back of the products of the display stand, from, you know what I mean. So for example, Wet n Wilds, the new fall collection. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. I hope this wasn't too long, but if it was, I hope you guys enjoyed it anyways. This was entertaining. I know these liquid lipsticks have been out for a while, and we've all seen like a million reviews, but still, even though we've seen a lot of reviews, I enjoy just watching it over and over again, just because especially when I didn't have them, that's where I got my satisfaction was from watching and just seeing the liquid lipsticks in videos and people talking about them, and share that information that you guys can find it at CVS. I don't really recommend calling, because I'm pretty sure, you know, people who work at Walgreens probably don't really know like about, they'll probably confuse these with the lip glosses, identical to the liquid lipstick. They have the exact same packaging, so they could probably confuse it with that. I didn't call it just because I feel like part of the fun is finding them. It's kind of like a treasure hunt, you know, going out there. Like, these really are like little treasures because they're so pigmented and just so amazing and so comfortable. Actually was fun finding it. I went to like a few places, Walgreens and CVS, and it was actually a lot of fun. So it gets you out of the house and stuff too. So also, one more time, I want to thank the person who left that comment on Tati's channel, Glam Life Guru's channel. Thank you so much. I know you're probably never gonna watch this video, but I just want to put this video, when I upload the video, I want it to be out there. Huge thank you to the person who left that comment, because it's thanks to you that I found these. So this video is dedicated to you, girl. Thank you. You're awesome. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoy lip swatches, and if we have similar skin tone, and we have the same skin tone, you definitely need to subscribe, because you know there's not a lot of people out there with our skin tone. And I'll see you guys in the next one.